Get Up podcast daily. It's available on the ESPN app and on Apple Podcasts. Get up with us whenever it suits your schedule. All right, back to our conversation about the Lakers. Frank Vogel will officially be introduced as the head coach today. It'll be his job to incorporate and develop the young talent around LeBron and whatever stars may arrive this summer. That leads us to our friend Brian Windhorst, who had these thoughts over the weekend.
Kyrie Irving and LeBron's games were born to be paired together. The ability for LeBron to be able to handle the ball and set up an incredible shooting guard, or to hand off those duties to a great ball handler. They're both incredible isolation players. If you look at who LeBron's won championships with, Kyrie, and I know that this isn't the guy in the same breath, but Mario Chalmers. Chalmers is kind of a poor man's Kyrie Irving. And then you even look at Mo Williams, who LeBron had two 60-win teams with. Again, Mo Williams, if you actually look at his game, is kind of a poor man's Kyrie Irving. This is the type of combo guard that he is meant to be paired with.
All right, here's what I don't want to do. I don't want to get sidetracked into the Mario Chalmers, Mo Williams piece of this conversation and how they should not be compared to Kyrie Irving, because that completely took us away from the primary topic of this the first time we tried to address it, because the two of you can't stop yelling at each other. The point is, Kyrie Irving's game does fit perfectly with LeBron James. Kyrie Irving should have learned during this season that being the primary personality on a team is not as easy or as much fun as he probably thought it was, and he isn't ideally suited for it. I am going to make this as a declarative statement. In my opinion, the best thing Kyrie Irving can do is join LeBron James in LA. I think they would be a fantastic combination. Again, you played with them as teammates. Agree or disagree?
I agree, and I'm glad you said in my opinion, because in my opinion, I feel like the two of them play so well together, and they complement each other. And again, looking at, everybody has a formula, whether it's Shaq or Magic. All of these great players have had formulas. You put these types of players around them, they will make them better. Giannis is right now, I think, the best example. Giannis add shooters, and Giannis's game goes up to another level. With Kyrie and Bron, Kyrie just is such a natural scorer in so many different ways, and Bron is such a great setup man, top 10 in the NBA in career assists. I think they match up perfectly with each other.
What do you think, Jay?
It'll never happen.
I'm really surprised.
It will never.
Surprised.
Well, there's two things. Number one, management. Right? If you're Kyrie, you're looking at the bigger picture about winning a championship. Do you trust in the Lakers management to win your championship? RJ's shaking his head no. So that's number one. Secondly, the narrative that will forever follow Kyrie. So you're telling me for the past 2 years, the Boston Celtics get to the Eastern Conference Finals without Kyrie. This year, he doesn't play as well. All the things, post-presser remarks that he said. And now he's going to say, oh, now I need to go play with LeBron James to win a championship. The media will annihilate him. Fans will annihilate him. He will never leave that narrative that he had to go back to play with LeBron James to win a championship instead of Kyrie going somewhere else, partnering with somebody else.
Why are you
to win
yelling
a championship.
at me? Why is he yelling at me?
This is natural.
Yeah, Tibbs, I'll let you have the final word on this. As far as their games together, you heard Brian Windhorst say their games are together. As a coach, is there a better fit for LeBron right now than Kyrie?
Well, the shooting piece fits, and the ability to break a defense down off the dribble fits. But I don't think Kyrie goes there. I think they would need a third person that's of that caliber to compete in the West. I think Kyrie stays in the East. And I think you need multiple players to have a chance. I think LeBron needs shooting. He probably needs another wing to go along with himself.
So in the East means staying in Boston? There's been all this talk about the Knicks?
Again, I think with Kyrie, he's an independent thinker. I think he's going to go to the place he thinks he has the best chance to win a championship.
All right, well, we'll see what it is he decides that is. We'll do more basketball as we go, but right now a very special guest has come into our studio. He is known as Tyson Fury, as one of the best defensive boxers in the sport, and the numbers back it up. He absorbs only 5.7 punches per round. That is the second fewest, according to CompuBox. His run of success places him in elite company. He's one of 3 British lineal heavyweight champs, alongside Lennox Lewis, who did it twice, and Bob Fitzsimmons, who did it in the late 19th century. Add it all up, and Fury heads into his next fight, his lineal heavyweight title defense, June 15th, as a huge favorite. It is our pleasure to welcome Tyson Fury to our studio. Good to see you, champ. Thank you very much for coming. Wonderful to have you here. I'd like to first get your thoughts, if you could. on the fight that we saw Saturday night. We've talked a good deal about it here. Obviously, Wilder is someone you know well. What was your takeaway from the fight he had the other night?
I called it right down to the tear, said it'd be over within 3 rounds because Dominic Brazil will stand right in front of Deontay Wilder, and as we saw, Wilder detonated that big right hand and it was game over. Yeah. And he'll do that to everybody who stands in front of him, but as we saw in my fight in December last year, you don't stand in front of him, you don't get hit with them shots, but he can pull it out of the bag from nowhere. Yeah.
So you fought him in that draw, and it was fascinating as I was watching over some video of it the other night. Your personality in the ring against him really fascinated me. Was there a strategy behind that? For those who didn't see it, you were, for lack of a better word, sort of taunting him whilst you were fighting him. What was the mentality you had against him?
There wasn't really a mentality. It was just who I am. I was just showing my personality in the ring. If you go back to the Klitschko fight, it was the same. All my fights, I have fun in the ring, and I enjoy it. People say, oh, you would never do that with a massive puncher. But I just prove that it works with everybody.
What is your thought now as far as the possibility of fighting Wilder again? People will start talking about that already. The name Anthony Joshua is in the conversation as well. What are your thoughts on the possibility of fighting Wilder again?
I think it's very high chances that we're going to fight again. But for now, I have to focus on Tom Schwartz, June 15th. I never look past any opponents. But that's the big fight everyone wants to see, the rematch of me and Deontay Wilder.
Of course. And so tell us about the fight coming up in June 1st, and then we'll work our way back to that. What are the keys for you and your preparation there?
I'm really ready to go. If it was this today, I'd be ready to go now. I've got 4 weeks left. I don't really know too much about Tom Schwartz, other than he's 6'6", 250 pounds, unbeaten in 25 contests, and he's coming to really win. So he's not a man you want to overlook. I got to prepare well and do exactly what I need to do in the gym and take it into the ring on the night.
So I wanted to ask you as well about something that caused a bit of a stir last week. Deontay Wilder's comments. And I'm sure you know what I'm referring to, where he said boxing is the one sport where you can get paid to kill a man. And I don't assume that he said that and intended for it to be taken literally, but it certainly became a topic of conversation around the sport. When you first heard that comment, what was your reaction to it?
You know, I've said a lot of stuff in the past myself, and sometimes these things are said to create opinions. So Deontay Wilder knows what to say to divide people's opinions, and then people talk about him. Hey, did you see what Deontay Wilder said last night while having a beer with the guys? Yeah, this is a topic we can talk about. So more people are talking about what he said than people tune into the fight. So it's all this trick in the game.
Sure. What part of it then would you say is show? What part of being a super high profile fighter like yourself in the modern era? What percentage of what you deal with is show versus the actual business of taking care of business in the ring?
I think most of it is all just try to be yourself, just do what's natural to you. Not everybody's got that outgoing personality, but me, I am the same as I'm in the ring, as I am in real life. There's no man with a mask off behind the scene. It's just the way I do things. But you know, a lot of fighters try to be something they're not, and I've got a funny feeling with Deontay Wilder, it's more of a front. I'd say 90% of it is a show rather than the actual real person, because being away from boxing and seeing him outside of the game, he's more of a relaxed, chilled out person.
As one myself who has followed the sport for a very long time, boxing tends to ebb and flow with the success of the heavyweight division more than anything else. And it's been something of a long time since we've had this type of excitement. So as one in the middle of that mix right now, how would you describe the state of the heavyweight division in the world of boxing right now?
I think the heavyweight division's on fire. I've never known it to be such a thriving division. Over the past few years, there's prospects coming out of the woodwork all over. Everybody wants to be a heavyweight. Everybody wants to be a part of this action. I think there's some great fights to be matched up, and I'm happy I'm involved in it, you know. And I believe I'm the front runner of all of them. And all roads lead to Tyson Fury, because the lineal championship is ruling the roost. And if they want it, they've got to come through me. I'm not an easy man to beat. As you can see, I've got all the lineal heavyweight champions on my suit. I don't see Deontay Wilder or Anthony Joshua on this suit. And if they want to be on it, they've got to come through this big boy here. Get it?
All right. I like that very much. Thank you very much. It's wonderful to have you here. So that's what the suit is. That it is all the lineal champions. And right now, you do not. The only one standing currently is yourself.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. You don't miss the lineal heavyweight title defense, June 15th. Don't miss Tyson Fury taking on Tom Schwartz. Best of luck, champ. Thanks a million.
Thank you very much.
We'd love to have you here. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Meanwhile, a reminder, SportsCenter coming your way tonight, 6 o'clock Eastern time, and here's what's on the menu. Kevin Durant, they'll look at KD's return as a luxury or a necessity for the Warriors to win the title. Eli Manning talks about the future of the Giants, and Magic Johnson, what went wrong in L.A. Where is it we will see Magic Johnson? Well, I'm glad you asked. Stephen A.?
You've heard from everybody over the last several weeks. You know what the story in LA has been all about. Well, it's time to stop hearing from us and hear from the man himself. Are you ready?
I'm ready, man.
You ready?
I'm ready. I told you I was only going to do your show, and here I am.
I appreciate it. By the way, the suit does look marvelous.
And your shoe game and your suit is just fantastic. That's how we do it on First Take.